Welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you are having a very good day. If you do enjoy the content, please drop that a like and subscribe. That's all that I ask. So thank you very much for your support. Once again, don't forget Wednesday live stream. So Bitcoin, bit up and down, around the 34,000 mark, which is fine. We have about 60 to 90 days to get to 45,000. In order to be on pace with the cycle, so we have sufficient time. Ethereum's catching a bit, by the way. I am very happy, of course. You've seen CHAINLINK has done very well. It's one of the coins that I like, as you know. But also, you may recall, I mentioned this over the weekend, which is, Pulsechain, Pulsex had a big run-up, had a retracement, but I said, it's important now that we resume the run-up once again in order to make it feel a bit different than the other times where we had a small pump and then we immediately sold off. So we've resumed pumping this week. I think we are up something like 15-20% on Pulse, 14% on X, 17 or 18% on Pulsex. So we a very good start of the week. I've seen the volume on the chain of about between 30 to 35 million. So it's actually above Solana. It's sometimes above ZK Sync, sometimes beneath, sometimes above Base and Optimism, sometimes beneath. But yeah, we are oscillating between top 8 and top 5 of volume in terms of chain. But actually, if you look at the coins that are moving, they are actually real coins. So for example, if you look at Polygon, they have like 90 million volume, but most of it is wrapped Ethereum, wrapped Bitcoin, stable coins to each other. So it's not really the native tokens of the chain or projects being developed on it. While in the case of Pulsechain, actually, you see a lot of the native coins moving, and you see a lot of projects moving on the chain, and not so much wrapped Ethereum and of the sort. So these are things that I like to see. Again, we are still at the tail end of the recovery year, so I do expect still some sell-off. As I mentioned, my strategy has not changed. Instead of buying a couple of $100 every week, as much as I could, a bit regardless of the price, nowadays I'm trying to buy bigger clips, more separated in time. When I see a 30-40% correction, I'm trying to accumulate at those levels as much as I can, of course, without jeopardizing my financial life and my obligations. After all, I have a family, so I need to be mindful of that. So that's what I'm doing. Nothing has really changed. I do believe in the ecosystem like I've ever believed before. I think we're going to have a very positive October. So we had a positive September. Positive October, we seem to be replicating 2015 cycle, which would mean November and December very strong. Bitcoin tends to outperform Q4 Ethereum, but then January and February, Ethereum tends to outperform Bitcoin and also the altcoins as well. But by the way, March 2024, April 2024, the Bitcoin halving will come. Maybe Bitcoin spot ETF will also come. So be mindful that I do believe that there's going to be a big sell the news event. What's also more importantly, billions of dollars are now going through the exchanges. There was this report on the richest Bitcoin wallets. There has been some transactions of one single transaction doing $1.2 billion. In case you guys don't know what that means dark room, lawyers on each side, OTC kind of deal between big players, because nobody does one transaction of 1.2 billion. So a lot of things happening on the backstage, preparing for the upcoming bull cycle. And I've told you, if BlackRock, Fidelity, Vanguard see value in the space, they're going to try to own most of it. Now, we can spend here 3 hours arguing about the merits and the coming of institutional money, but I'm more concerned about Will it make me rich or not? And then I'll make my decisions after that. That's the key to me. What else? What else can I tell you? I think November will be a good month. I think it will be a big month. Green or red, we'll see. Probably green, in my opinion. I do see some developments on the spot ETFs. I do get the feeling we're gonna get probably our first approval this month, and I do get the feeling that the SEC will drop charges against Richard by the end of the month. Call it a Nostradamus feeling. We'll see if I'm right or not. And let's see what the future holds for us. By the way, somebody has asked me about this, about AMC. Why don't I cover AMC anymore? Look, AMC, I've already told you. The big thing will be the quarterly results. Why? Because the performance has been earmarked as the best quarter in history. So they need to have a brutal performance of everything. And I also said this, there's going to be a time where stocks like AMC will have a big run. Now, will they have a big run because we are in a bull market and basically all the other things already had a nice run and now we are moving in the highest risk stocks, or because it's fundamentally getting better? So you see, if AMC does fundamentally better because they already have their cult following, they will outperform what a normal peer would do in similar fundamental situation. So yes, there's going to be a time where AMC is going to have a very good run. The question you need to ask yourselves, is it happening because a few people decided to move the stock with a few $1 million, so people come FOMOing into it, which most likely will mean a afterwards? Or is the company really doing much better and the apes have found higher strength once more? That is the question to be asked, and that's why you need to look at the financial performance of the company. Because if they are only barely profitable, generating a little bit of cash after the historical best quarter of all time, then I think there's very little hope, in my opinion, for a company, because it's a matter of time before something goes wrong. And I do think that something will go wrong. Why? Because all the economists in the US now agree that US has zero chance of having a recession, which means a recession in 2024 is looking more likely by the day. And with that, guys, I leave you be. Don't forget, come up with a few questions, few comments for the live stream on Wednesday, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you, guys.